Hey, this is Julia. I know this is a homesteading vlog, but every morning after my cup of coffee and a protein bar, I like to get moving. The way that I enjoy moving the most is by getting in the MetaQuest headset, and I do something called Supernatural. Supernatural has boxing and flow. Here I'm doing boxing, and I really enjoy this way of moving my body every single day. After working out, I decided to come into my new backyard garden. This was an open chicken run fenced in that I had for my chickens, and I have a lot of their droppings as well as a lot of leaves that fell and composted. I also have compost from wood chips in my enclosed chicken run that I used in this garden space. Also, this tool that I'm using I found on Amazon, and it's a really awesome tool for plowing or hoeing, and it also gets up a lot of weeds in the garden. I used some metal stakes and some string to kind of make the borders of where I wanted this garden to be, and now I'm just working in making the rows. I ended up being able to make 6 rows for planting. I am going to use 2 rows to plant strawberries, and then the other rows I will plant brassicas and shade-loving plants because this area in my backyard does not get a whole lot of sun back here. You can see here that my rake broke, so thankfully I had a second rake and was able to get back in here and finish using the new rake to make my rows nice and neat. I'm trying to make about a 2-foot planting area and then 2 or 3 feet in between each row here so we have room to walk in between. I haven't done an in-ground garden before. This is my first in-ground garden. I am used to doing raised beds, and I'm more familiar with that and how that works. So will definitely be an experiment, and I'm excited to see what I can grow back here in this garden in the backyard. Here I went into the front yard where I planted my strawberries last year, and I'm transplanting them back here. I was actually able to make 2 rows of strawberries, and I still have more strawberries in my front yard garden that I'm going to be giving away because I have so many. Last year in my front yard garden, I planted 8 strawberry plants, and this year it multiplied into probably hundreds of plants. It kind of blew my mind how many that I have. These rows, I need to measure them, are probably about 15 feet long. You can see my 13-year-old helping me with this. He's in the FFA and he loves to help me garden and grow food. He gets very excited. And here he's showing us one of our chickens, Matilda. In between each of the walkways, I plan on putting cardboard down and wood chips on top of the cardboard in between each row for weed control, so I'm not out here weeding the garden every single week. I do have a fence around this garden to protect the garden from the deer or anything else getting in here and eating up my plants. You can see above in the little picture that before this wasn't even a garden, and just in one day I was able to transform this area into an actual garden with 6 rows, and it's ready for vegetables and plants to be planted in here. This is in my laundry room area where I have my grow lights set up and my plant starts, and I come in here once a day and I check the water levels, and I always bottom water my plants to make sure that they don't get too much water or root rot, and I also like to run my fingers over them because it makes them stronger. This is my first year using a grow light for my plants, and it is just amazing how much of a difference this makes. I don't have leggy plants, and everything is doing great and sprouting, and I'm not having any problems with germination. I go out several times a day and check for eggs. This was my 5 p.m. check-in. There's Molly Sue. She's a sweet chicken. There were no eggs in there this time. I forgot to come out and check with you guys when there were eggs in there, but I do check several times a day and collect eggs. Today I got about 15 eggs. It's that time of day to go in and start dinner. I had some leftover chicken from the meal the night before that I used tonight, and we were just making just a simple salad, nothing too crazy or hard. I always use cast iron when I cook. It's my favorite way to cook. I put some olive oil in the bottom of my pan and got it really hot and used some salt and pepper for seasoning. Just very simple. Then I just chop up all the vegetables for our salad. Of course, romaine lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and everybody likes something different in their salad. I think my husband put jalapenos in his, but we have croutons and bacon bits. I like avocado in mine. My husband does not care for avocado. And we just put cheese and whatever toppings that I have on hand at the time, we just put in our salads and make it a really simple dinner night. We love to eat a lot of salads in the summertime, and I cannot wait until a lot of these things that we put in our salads actually come from our garden homegrown. I sear the chicken for about 5 minutes per side, and then I put the lid on to finish cooking it all the way through. You want the internal temperature of your chicken to be 165. I always check with a thermometer just to make sure. Then I just chop my chicken up into little strips and kind of make a buffet style, and everybody can come make their salad however they like it. At the end of the day, after I've collected all the eggs, I always write the date on them. I sell my eggs, so the people that buy my eggs like to know when they were gotten out of the nest boxes. And also, I'm able to leave the eggs out on the counter for a whole month before they have to go into the refrigerator. Speckled eggs are my favorite. I always try every night to do what they call put my kitchen to bed and clean up everything. So here I'm gonna just unload the dishwasher and wash the dishes that are in the sink and reload the dishwasher and run it. Every time you use your cast iron, it's very important to keep them clean and keep them seasoned. I use coconut oil in my cast iron pans, and here I'm just putting coconut oil in the bottom of the pan, and then I'm just going to hang it up on our little wall that we have over here, which is just a pegboard with pegs, and it holds my heaviest cast iron pan with no problem. Here you will see that the cast iron bottom looks like glass, and that's what you want it to look like. Now for the rest of the evening, we'll just sit and watch a couple of our favorite shows. But I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day.